Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's the yearly video of what I read in 2025. Exciting and everything. I read more than I did last year, if you remember last year's video. If not, I'll have it somewhere linked. I don't know. But I'm gonna give you a quick spoiler of everything that I've read. This is all like the books that I've read. That's your quick teaser. And this is all of the manga that I read. Read quite a bit, so I'm happy with that. I'm not going to put them into categories because I don't want to do that. I'm just going to go, I'll do manga first because manga is easier to get through. So we'll do that. And I'm not going to go in order of when I read them. I'm just going to go in how I stacked them because I don't want to take them apart to reorganize them. That's a bit too much work. So the first one I have here is Demon Slayer Stories of the Water and Flame. This is it. I believe I gave this, I have my iPad in front of me with all my ratings on it. I gave this a 10 out of 10. I really liked it. Two of my favorite characters from Demon Slayer, Giyu and Rengoku, so I am very happy about it, and I liked it. It was good, a nice quick read and everything. Manga's always quick. Okay, these ones I'm gonna go, they're all 9 out of 10, and it is Sakamoto Days 1 to 5. I'm still trying to collect the other ones, but just slowly and everything. So I read the first 5 this year, so happy about that. They're all 9 out of 10. The other two, you've seen these a lot on my channel. The Apothecary Diaries, number 13 and 14. These are the two that came out this year, and I rate them 10 out of 10 because I love this series and everything. So those are that. The next one, pardon if I pronounce this wrong. It's called the Kamisato Kiss. I have to figure out how to say it. And I just read the first one. So I gave that, what did I give it? A 9 out of 10. The next 3 are My Happy Marriage, number 2, 3, and 4. I gave these a 10 out of 10. Okay, I gave these two a 10 out of 10, and I gave this one a 9 out of 10. So, I love how pretty they are though, they're so pretty. The next two are, I finally finished the Sailor Moon ones, I believe. So I have 9 and 10. And I gave these a 10 out of 10. I loved it. Loved it. Something I found out this year is that they have Sailor V ones. So I read the first one of that. I do have the second one, I just haven't finished it yet. So I read that. And that's it for the manga that I've read. Now on to the books that I've read. I read Alice with a Y. This is and I'm going to be honest, a kid's book. Because look at the writing. Very far spread out. But look at the pretty edge. I love Alice in Wonderland, especially the, what's his name? Oh, I can't think of the director. Tim Burton. There we go. Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. I love that. So I read Alice with a Y. It was a very quick read and everything. It's essentially about Alice's granddaughter going to Wonderland and everything. This wasn't really particularly my favorite. I give it like a 7 out of 10. Granted, it is for kids, so I don't know. I felt like reading it and everything. You got pictures in there as well. Yeah, it was just a quick read. Very quick. The other book that in the pile is a mystery book. The one mystery book I read this year. Oh wait, I read 3 mystery books this year. It is called The Missing Maid. I gave this an 8 out of 10. Again, it was a pretty quick read. It's fairly short. I did enjoy it. Was it my favorite mystery book that I read this year? No. I do think there is a second one though. I think I would pick that one up if I find it. Yeah, because they're the Baker Street Mysteries. This one's The Missing Maid, and then we have The Cursed Rider. So if I do find The Cursed Rider, I think I'll get it. This was like $6 at my local bookstore. So I did enjoy it. It's Sherlock's assistant is about to open her first case, even though in the world Sherlock Holmes is the book still. Anyways, I still enjoyed it. The next book I read is Cat Dragon. I gave this an 8 or 7 out of 10. It wasn't particularly my favorite book I read. It was a bit boring in my mind. I thought there would be a little bit more romance in it. There really wasn't. It was still good, but just not my favorite overall. It was just, I don't think, like my taste in books, but I still enjoyed it. I would still recommend if you like the fantasy, witchy, cottagecore vibes. I think you would like this book much more than me. The next book I read is Live Ranch Love, which is a stupid name in my opinion. It should be Live Love Ranch. That sounds so much better. This was my first ever cowboy romance. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I did read it pretty fast and everything. I still somewhat enjoyed it, but oh my god, some of the things in this book, I'm like, why do you almost like dirty talk so much? There was a lot of dirty talk in here, and I just, it's not for me. It's not for me. But I think this was a bad introduction to cowboy romances, but if all cowboys have a dirty mouth, then I'm not gonna continue reading them at all. Yeah, there was one thing, they kept repeating how they looked and everything, which was kind of annoying, because it's like, okay, yeah, she's ginger, she's British, we get it. He has dark eyes and blah blah blah. It's just like, you only need to say it once or maybe twice. It was just a lot. The next book I read was, this was like the last book I read of 2025, is The Lodge. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a mystery. Not quite. Did figure it out just from reading the back though, so I don't know how big the mystery would be in this book, but I did like it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was a nice winter-ish romance, even though it takes part in March. But there's snow and a snowstorm in it. So yeah, the one thing I did like is before the end of a chapter, they would get these like blurbs sometimes of like articles, because there's famous people in the book, or like text messages and everything, which I thought was pretty cool and neat, and always gave me like an inkling of when the chapter was about to end. When those would pop up, be like, okay, we're at the end of the chapter now, which I liked. I'm gonna save my top reads for a little bit later. This is a mystery series that I've read. There's only 2 books, so I read both of them. I read The Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder and The Antique Hunter's Death on the Red Sea. I liked this one way better, because this one was a murder mystery. This one was also a murder mystery, but you got a little bit more of the murder in here than in this one. This one was mostly about stolen artifacts compared to a murder, whereas this one was just stolen artifacts plus the murder. So I like this one. I gave this one a 10 out of 10, and I gave this one an either 8 or a 9 out of 10, somewhere around there. Both are pretty good. I would recommend both of them if you like mystery and everything. They're pretty good. The next one I read is Wings of Starlight. Ooh, if you liked Tinkerbell and I believe it was The Secret of the Wings, what's her name? Claire, Queen Clarion, there we go, I remember her name, fell in love with Lord Malorky, and this explains the romance of how they fell in love, why there was a ban of summer and winter, they couldn't cross the borders. This just explains that backstory that they didn't really explain in the movie. Really enjoyed it, really liked it. The art's super pretty and everything. Yes, I gave this, where did I put it? A 10 out of 10. Really thoroughly enjoyed it as well. I read this in a week, and that's fast for me. The next book I read is Fourth Wing. I'm kind of saved this to the end because I know Fourth Wing is a very popular series. So I read Fourth Wing. This was the second last book I read, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. I did enjoy it. I didn't love it. It wasn't my top read, but it was definitely up there. It didn't make my top 10. I only have 11 books that I read, so I'm going to say top 5. Didn't make my top 5, but I did still enjoy it and everything. I liked the dragons in it, and I did like the romance between Violet and Xaden. So I'm excited to read Iron Flame. I do have it, so excited to start that whenever I get to it. Now my top reads of the year, this series. I've made a TikTok and a video. It's on my channel. The Monster in the Last Blood Match, and The Captive in the First Blood Game. I love these books. I love them so much. I read this one so fast. I read this one so fast. I can't wait for the third one to come out this year. Gotta wait till April, sadly, for that. This was a 9 out of 10. This one was a 10 out of 10. Oh, I love them so much. My top reads, especially the second one. The second one was a really good one. The first one was still equally as good, because obviously I had to read the first one to get into the second one. But this, so good, so good. Could not recommend it. I really want people to read them because I really enjoyed them. They're a sci-fi romance. So I'm excited. I want to read the other books of this author, because if I like these ones, surely I'll like the other ones as well. We don't know. But that is everything that I read in 2025. I'm hoping this year will be just as good as last year. Only time will tell and everything. Let me know down in the comments if you read any of these books and what you rate them. And what books are you most looking forward to this year, of your reading. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Crazy, but you can't leave me alone. You can check my thinking, everybody's talking about what's under spells or into a crystal ball. I'm not like just other girls at all.